And welcome back to the MANvFAT Wales YouTube channel. I am joined in game by Mr. Dave Hawkins, he of Pink Lazies fame, well, infamously the Lazies.
As champs would
The
say.
Lazies. He's a funny one, isn't he?
Yeah,
There's another
champs.
one he did, another one he pulled, but I can't. Oh, Adrian Greenslade from Spam.
Yeah.
Called him Adrian Greensdale for a whole
Always.
commentary video.
No way.
Yeah, so it pretty much stuck after that. Thank you very much for joining me. No
Pleasure.
mispronouncing your name, however, there is a nickname that you go by. Could you talk us through the origins of the Hound?
The Hound. Brian O'Shea. Just for the first few games, and then he just, oh, you look like the Hound, you do, because I had a pretty big beard around Christmas time when I first started, and kind of just stuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of us that aren't familiar with the character.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
The Hound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've watched season 1.
Yeah.
I watched season 1 because people raved about it.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was just like,
One for you, Matt?
no. It's
I was like
not.
the first 2 seasons. It was a bit slow, and then when you get to like season 3 or 4, it really kicks in. And
Okay, so I was told that season 1 was like the elixir, and you're in then. But then I watched it after. Is it the season 9 or season 8? After the last season.
Yeah.
Aired, and everyone was like raving about how bad that was.
Yeah, the ending, I think some people were pretty.
So I was like, well, I don't really want to set myself up for that. If I didn't enjoy season 1. Might get another shot one day.
Yeah.
So, we're here to talk about you. We're here to talk about your experience with the program, but also anything else that comes along the way.
Yeah.
So, 3 seasons now with the Pink Lazies, the first ever Pink team in MANvFAT Newport. You've been there for the entirety. What was it that drew you to get started with Man vs Fat?
To lose weight, to just find a new social group. Really, of lads to play football with. I was playing like Thursday nights down here. In the past, I've played in like the Monday leagues as well, but I've always like played for season 2 and drop out and kept getting injured playing for like an hour or so, or in the 11-a-side game. So I thought, let's just try this out. But not easy pace, like, but just thought I'd just go at my own pace. Obviously, I wanted to lose weight, and one of the boys, Melon, plays for. Is it the Chefs?
The Chefs, Kaiser Chefs.
Kaiser Chefs.
So I quite enjoy the name.
Yeah.
It's certainly better than the yellow calorie boys.
Yeah, but now him and his old man who used to play as well, Carl, they just said, why don't you just come down and have a game? And I know champs and Scan prior anyway, so yeah, give it a go. Signed up straight away, and rest is history, mate.
So what's that experience been like?
Really good. Just playing with the team week in, week out. Supporting each other with the weight loss, mental health as well. That's a big one for me as well.
Sure.
Also, but yeah, I literally wouldn't look back now. I'd always stick to this, and yeah, it's been a really good experience.
So when you joined, was there a goal in mind in terms of how much weight you wanted to lose or what you wanted to achieve?
No, it wasn't really much initially until everyone was talking about it in the group chat. So put straight in with all the boys, and I was just saying, oh, these are my goals. And I was just like, 5%, 10%, what's all this mean? Like, and they kind of explained it, and the tracking side to it as well. And yeah, and eventually I wanted to lose 5% initially, and yeah.
Are we on to 5? We've done 5% yet?
Not quite. So I weighed in like, say, 112 kgs when I first started.
Yeah.
Got to 105, 106, and I have creeped back up. But
what's 5%? Do you know?
I think it's 104 kgs.
104.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was close, but just got to get back on it. Yeah.
So let's talk about week to week and playing with the Lazies. Is there a particular moment that stands out for you as a particularly good one? Is there a favourite one that you look back on? I did give him notice of this, but it wasn't much. Maybe 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, there was. It was against your team. Oh, was it against your team?
The Greys?
Against your team. Davis and Andrew Tor on a bit of a spat towards the end.
Oh,
but it won.
It's not a good one, is it?
Not a good one, no, but it was a good game. But
Devis is another nickname right, that came out of something ridiculous.
Printing one,
something absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That was my new team. That would have been, but at the time I remember. I remember when I played for Grays, we played against you, and I can't remember what you did, but you did something that was particularly good.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it was. So this is that's a pointless thing to.
Sorry, mate. I just trying to think now is.
There are loads. I mean,
there's quite a few that I've had with all the boys together, just playing as a team, all working hard together, week in, week out. There's been a few games, 2 games in particular, where I've scored like last minute winners where we've been down, come back. But yeah, it's just too many to think of right now.
Nobody celebrates a goal like the Pink Lazies, that's for sure. Yeah. They're certainly the loudest team in the league.
Definitely.
Can we talk about, and we can cut this if, I've gone a bit off piece for sure, but you mentioned that the mental health side of the programme is quite important to you.
Yeah.
Is that something that you've struggled with or still do?
Yeah, so football's kind of been my go-to to my escape route really to manage my mental health really, and it's really helped me stay on path really, week in, week out, having some sort of routine, talking to the boys every day really in the chat, and I have a history of it, and but just by coming here, managing my weight, because again I am self-conscious of how I look, and obviously just playing the game, I want to play it well, and I know I've got to manage my weight as well, so but yeah.
Have you struggled with your weight before?
Yes.
For a long time?
Yes, at one point I was like 18 stone 2.
18?
Yeah. But again, it was just the work environment I was in. So I changed my work environment. Again, I wasn't doing anything physical at the time, so I've had to change how I approach things.
There's 2 things that really speak to me there. One is being in a poor environment and then eating your way out of that, or thinking you can eat your way out of that. I think that's something that's quite relatable, but more so football. I don't like watching football very much. Football for me stops at MANvFAT. I don't really know what goes on outside of MANvFAT football. But I find it with any sport that you play, you haven't really got much brain space for anything else. So at that time, your mental state is taken up solely by football. Yeah. Because you're in that moment, and your physical health as well. Like, you're not thinking about anything else. So it's a really immersive activity. Yeah. That it really just gives you that respite for 28 minutes. Yeah.
And I just one thing I look forward to at the end of the week is just coming down to the boys, but also joining MANvFAT is the actual getting to know the guys, but also playing on Mondays, on Wednesdays, also 11-a-side games as well, which is just gives me that opportunity to think, I feel like I could play another game now, and there's always opportunity to play football, mixing with some of the other lads from the other teams, and I think that'd be good.
Fantastic.
For anyone who wants to join, really.
Well, I always end with that question, so I'll ask it to you now. We're talking about my fictional man, who at this point has probably got about 90 answers to this question. If you were speaking to someone who was thinking about joining the programme but they weren't sure, what would you say to them?
Just give it a go, because you'd be really surprised, not only of like the social aspect, but also just what it can do for you, physically and mentally as well. And just don't be put off about being nervous or joining the boys or welcoming yourself, Stan, DC. They'll all like really want to see what the best. They want you to do the best week in, week out. Even Champo. But
Dave, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Listen really carefully now. You can hear Mike's and Dickens band playing. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.